super late model time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the super late model main event. The one we've all been waiting for. Michael Patton will be joining me up here in the booth here in just a few moments. And we'll get ready for this big race coming up here in just a few seconds. The one we've all been waiting for, the super late models. The 44th running of the National 100. We've been waiting for it for a long time. And now we are set to see who will be the $6,000 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, starting lineup on the pole. Car number 1. He comes to us out of Oxford, Alabama. The hitman, Jason Hyatt. To the outside, car number 99 out of Phoenix City, J.R. Mosley. Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky in the 116, and Culver, Georgia's Kenny Collins in the 1K. Columbus, Georgia's Dalton Cook in the 1D starts 5th, and Columbus, Georgia's Joseph Brown is 6th. Then it's a couple of Georgia natives. In North Carolina, Malcolm Page and David McCoy. Mark Whitener from Florida, Dusty Jones from Georgia. Jim Rogers, Dana Island, Trailer, Hanger, Trent Flynn, Whitener, Hummer, and Michelle. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 months in the making, but finally, the 44th edition of the National 100 is green at East Alabama Motor Speedway. Trouble, turn number 2. Cars have gone around. The 42, Jake Traylor's involved. The 82 of Russell Flynn is involved. And we go under caution. And we'll start it all over again. No green flag, no laps complete. We'll set them up and go again. Jason Hyatt, J.R. Mosley on the front row. You've got the Outlaw by Weaver Longhorn in the 116 in second or third. And then you got Culver, Georgia's Kenny Collins. He'll fire 4th. Those that are checking us out, we're live. Share. Let's spread the numbers. Let's get out the word for the main event, the one we've all been waiting for, just after 6:30. Props to the guys here at East Alabama. Props to Billy Thomas. Hey, how about props for just not having an hour intermission? How about that? I know a lot of people loved that, didn't you? You wasn't expecting that one, were you? 1 to go. The lights are off. We will try it again. We'll try it again, ladies and gentlemen. The super late models. The big one. The last one of the night. The last one of 2018. As we can officially close out the year and prepare for the 2019 season. Take number 2, the National 100, green, here in Phoenix City, Alabama, on a January night. It feels like the fall. To the back straightaway they go. Everybody fights and claws their way to the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, Mark Whitener starting to climb the field. He's hooked up with his brother David Whitener as well. Cross the line. We're 1 lap in. Hold on to it. Oh, one getting loose. That's Patrick Michelle. 25 car loose of Chuck Humner. Going to be joined by my good friend Michael Patton. He gets to call some of this super late model race. For many years he was a part of the National 100 and they had other people do the supers. He never got to do them until last year, and now we're going to work together again as he's back up in the booth. A couple of cars off the pace, including Chuck Humner. And the 82 Ron Flynn. Plus Jimmy Thomas in the 22 car. He's got a problem. 3 cars for the lead. Down the back straightaway. Off of turn 4. Mosley up the outside. Here comes the hitman. Jason Hyatt. Mosley, like he was asleep at the wheel on the bottom of the racetrack, gets passed by Hyatt and Tanner English. And Michael Patton, welcome back, my friend. How about the hitman, Jason Hyatt? Safe to say, trouble in turn 2. One car is spun. Everybody goes and misses him. Number 82, Russell Flynn. The caution coming out. Russell Flynn spins in turn number 2. Michael Patton, we go under the yellow flag. And again, still in the early going of this thing, but what we were saying before the caution came out, Jason Hyatt, the hitman, is it safe enough to say that East Alabama owes him a victory here?
Yes, he's been snatched many victories here in the Super Late Models International 100 before, so the hitman is on a mission tonight, Jason Hyatt. Give me that corn dog.
Some of my KMSA brethren over there, he didn't bring me no corn dog. He got some chicken.
That's one of those temporary offers.
That's right.
No. All right, Jason Hyatt.
You're not a fan of the scattered other than covered moments there?
I'll tell you what I really would have.
Yes.
And he's here tonight, and he can give me one too. A Wendy's hamburger. The owner of Wendy's is here tonight, and he's one of our long-time sponsors, and we're glad to have him. Wendy's hamburgers made with fresh and never frozen beef. And while you're down to get you one of them ice cold chocolate or vanilla frosties. And appreciate him being with us each and every week. Jason Hyatt, your leader. Tanner English in the second spot. Joseph Brown, J.R. Mosley, Kenny Collins. That's your top 5. Michael Page, David McCoy, Dusty Jones, Dana Allen, and Dalton Cook, did you say, in 10. That's your top 10. This is your 50-lap Super Late Model race.
Ready for the restart. Race fans, one thing you'll notice, it's going to look like a glaze on the racetrack. It'll look like a sheet of glass and not a glaze like a donut that you eat. The glaze of the glass from the racetrack as it's back to green here off of turn 4. Jason Hyatt. Tanner English. Trouble! Mark Whitener! A couple of other cars have tangled as well. Now the question is that Mark Whitener in the 5W or is that David Whitener? Because, Michael, they're both driving cars that look exactly the same. One thing we do know is that 82 of Russell Flynn got collected. Dusty Jones got collected in it in the number 4 car.
Yeah, because David Whitener and Mark Whitener.
Wow, Michael. Yeah, it looks like Dusty is definitely got a serious damage on his car here. We'll find out in a moment. I'm trying to figure out if it was Mark Whitener or David Whitener.
Well, when they come back across the line, we'll know it. When they come back across scoring, we'll know who it is.
That's right.
Right behind Dalton Cook, so we'll know exactly who it is. So, Dusty Jones, tough break for Dusty Jones, that 82 car.
Michael, I hate to say it, buddy, it's the magic man, Mark Whitener. He has now fallen out of the top 5 of the top 10 in the rundown. And I'm thinking Mark Whitener, by the looks of timing and scoring, is the man that just got caught up in this incident here. It is. It's the magic man, Mark Whitener. David Whitener's car is still on the racetrack. They're both driving cars that look exactly identical. I wonder if our Just Dirt video production crew can show that real quickly. If you look in the 8th position, or correction, I'm sorry, if you look at 9th, you'll see the 5W, and that is the car of David Whitener. David Whitener is in the 5D car, right there behind Dalton Cook in the Icon by Barry Wright. He's also in the Icon by Barry Wright of Middleburg, Florida's David Whitener. Mark Whitener is in that car at the EAMS body shop being worked on right now. Michael Patton, he crinkled it up pretty good like a tin can on the right side.
Yeah, he did, but they won't count the magic man out yet. He can perform magic. Whenever you thought he was down, he was not out. So, but we got a lot of racing going. Still a lot of racing going. You know, like last year's race, Dale McDowell making that last minute pass. So there's a lot of things that can happen here in the National 100.
lights. The lights are extinguished around the Speedway. The Freestyle Graphics number 1. Out in front from Oxford, Alabama, the Hitman Jason Hyatt. Joseph Brown, Tanner English, ready for the restart. They come out of 4. Michael Patton, let's do a Just Dirt, crank it up as they're at full speed. The Supers on the restart in the National 100.
All right, we're back to racing action. We just cranked it up on Just Dirt. You know, kind of like they do on the Boogity Boogity Foxy thing. We done to just crank it up on the Just Dirt thing.
The roar of 800 horsepower.
Sound like it? Get over it. All right, Jason Hyde, the Hitman, your leader. Tanner English, that young man driving the 116 Randy Weaver built car. Brand new car for Tanner English. Joseph Brown, the Columbus Flash, sitting there in the 3rd spot. Michael Page running an 18 car. Kenny Collins, your top 5. 40 laps to go, this 50 lap feature.
Back across the line. Working now 10 laps in of 50, 40 laps to go. The National 100, the main event. 50 laps, 6,000 to win. Who will be the prestige of the 44th annual champion? The all-time winner is the Voodoo Child, the myth, the man, the mystery, the phenom of 59-year-old Scott Bloomquist, as he'll make his quest on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series next weekend in Golden Isles in the Super Bowl of Racing. Last year, him, McDowell, and Bloomquist, a great battle side by side for the ages. After a 7-hour rain delay, Michael Patton, we saw a phenomenal show. Now, we look to see if the Hitman, Jason Hyatt, can finally be a first-time winner of the National 100. He's in turn 3, lap 14 this time by.
That could have been ugly for Dusty McCoy in that 17. David McCoy in that 17. Dusty Jones done a slide job right up in front and got on his binder, so that could have been nasty. So, here they come out of turn 3 and the 4. Dalton Cook still hanging on that top 10, moves to 11th, right behind Mark Whitener. Mark Whitener moving up through the field. Caution on the Speedway.
Got a caution. Yellow flag on the racetrack. We're looking to see here. Problems in the back straightaway. Jake Traylor's car from LaGrange, Georgia. Car number 42 has stalled. As you're watching on the Just Dirt monitor, we go back under caution flag for the second time, Michael Patton, for Jake Traylor in the 42, and he was actually the one that got into the damage, not only with Russell Flynn, but also Mark Whitener's car in that last caution over there in turn 1 on the restart.
Yes, he was. And might have some, like having the problems on that 42 car for Jake Traylor. That'll move him to the rear of the field.
Of course, we've got the man out in front of car number 1, Jason Hyatt. He leads the way. Jason Hyatt. Car number 1, the 116. Outlaw by Weaver Longhorn, Tanner English. How about that young man, Michael Patton? Randy Weaver and the racing team taking the opportunity to put that young man out of Benton, Kentucky from the Bluegrass State in that car, number 116. So much success has came by drivers in the 116, like the 2-time Lucas Oil and defending national champion of Superman, Jonathan Davenport. Of course, also big, sexy Brandon Overton had some success in that car. Michael, as a matter of fact, that car won at the National 100 a couple of years ago, and I believe it was the crate late model portion of the race in the 116. And don't forget also the man himself, the Dream Weaver, Randy Weaver, and the successes he's had as well in that 116. Michael Page, also a 3-time winner of Talladega in the Ice Bowl. Keep an eye on those drivers. They're in the Longhorn of the Stinger chassis, and Michael Patton. They could make history here. A couple of young hot shoes.
Yes, they could. They could be in the record books with the likes of Bloomquist and Davenport, McCready, and all them. Dale McDowell. Here they come. Green flag's going to be in there. We're underway.
Back for the restart here.
Jason Hyde takes over turns 1 and 2 as your leader. Joseph Brown trying to get around that 116 to Tanner English. Can't do it.
Back straightaway, they go to turn 3. Jason Hyatt comes out of turn 4 to the line.
Michael Page getting in front of Joseph Brown in that 92. Michael Page moves that 18 machine up in front of Joseph Brown. Here to come down the back straightaway.
Look at that 4 wide, Michael. 4 wide into turn 3. Whitener, Dana Island, Dalton Cook. Chris Woods in the mix. There's contact made.
Kenny Collins also getting around Joseph Brown. And Joseph Brown gets back around Kenny Collins in the 1 car.
Yes, sir.
Here they come. Dusty Jones in that 4 still coming around.
Michael, update on the 5W. David Whitener has fallen back. Mark Whitener has climbed to the front. He's back to 7th as he goes to turn 1. Bottom of the racetrack on Chris Woods in the corner. On David McCoy, check that. David McCoy in 17.
Dalton Cook in that 1D trying to get around the 99 of J.R. Mosley. Can't make the pass. Falls back in line right behind him in the 1D of Dalton Cook.
Back across the line. Moving through lap traffic now. Working lap number 19 of 50 here in the National 100. The main event, the Super Late Model event. Just trying to get this race in and call it the end of the 2018 season. Plagued by Mother Nature in November. False rumor saying it's canceled instead of postponed. Announcing on Thanksgiving weekend that it was this date. Fighting the chances of snow last Sunday and Monday. To then making it a one-day show, to now a full program again. And Michael, it's been a phenomenal weekend of racing here at East Alabama in the month of January. What a fun time we've had.
It has. It's been phenomenal. Friday night was a good practice session. All good racing and qualifying yesterday. Some fast times turned around this track yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And been some real good fast racing today.
To the victor goes the spoils, as they say. And for those that were not here, shame on you. You missed a good one.
And I'm glad we did not have a prep session. Did not put water on the track or nothing. Just enough.
Wasn't expecting that one, was you, Michael?
No, but I'm glad. I'm glad it worked out just right because this track is slick and it is fast.
Totally different outcome than what we've seen before in years past where they take an hour, hour and a half delay. Last year we were going to do the same thing and it ended up being a 7-hour delay to work the track in. We're halfway home in the National 100. Will Dyke shows him in, 25 in, 25 to go.
Dalton Cook got damage, heavy damage on that right car right there, the right panel. Look at that right panel is about hanging off that passenger side of the car.
Jason Hyatt leads. Tanner English is second. Michael Page, Joseph Brown, and Kenny Collins. Trouble back straightaway. J.R. Mosley, the outside pole car, is off the pace for the back stretch, and the caution's going to come out. He will give up a 6th place run on the track for J.R. Mosley, and he stalls on the back straightaway. We go back under yellow flag.
Are we going to do this afterwards or something or what? Somebody's got their helmets. Or are you already done it?
Why don't we just start doing it right now? We'll just do it. Hey, race fans, drivers are going to start coming through the grandstands with helmets. If you want to make donations to help out the Merritt family, just make a donation to them. I know we got drivers with helmets right now in the stands. Drivers, if you want to start making your way going through the grandstand area, maybe breaking up into different sections, anything that you can give would be great to help out the Merritt family. I know Terry Merritt and family all greatly appreciate it. It costs for someone to be in the hospital. It costs for somebody to pass on. You got to pay for their hospital bills, expenses, funerals, bills, their personal bills, everything that they had of life. Michael, and you know about this. You got to take care of it before you put them in the ground. I mean,
Yes, sir.
the work that all the things they've done. So, yes, if you want to start making your way around the grandstand and put money in there, that would be great to make donations. So, fans, as they always say, we'd rather take the kind that folds, we'll accept the kind that jingles, but everything helps. Every little bit helps, and it goes towards a great cause. The drivers that are making their way with the helmets, just give what you can, everybody. Thank you so much. And, Michael, so many people outpouring messages on the broadcast, messages on not just the broadcast, but also on social media, texting. Thank you. You made the Hot Shots guys really feel special this year for this race. But, of course, not just for, the passing of our friend Jonathan Merritt, but just to make those guys be superstars.
Well, I just do my job. That's all I'm doing.
It was a good time.
It comes straight from the heart. That's all it is. And I also want to tell you also to make sure you put my buddy Randy Renfro in your prayers.
Yes.
Miss Janice took him to the hospital earlier, so we do not know anything. I haven't talked to Miss Janice, so I'll be in touch with her and everything. Just continue to pray for Randy Renfro's family. Had a horrific crash earlier today.
Well, Michael, I got a surprise for you, my friend, because, I know this is like your second year getting called super late model races, and I've done them all over the country. When this race ends, I would love for you to go down trackside to Victory Lane and be on dirt and do the post-race interviews and talk to the big top 3 winners of the super late model event when this race is said and done, my friend.
Whatever it does would be fine with me. It doesn't matter to me. I just wish my microphone wouldn't cut out.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on with that.
We'll get a new one.
The batteries are fully charged, too.
That's all right. I'll put in an order for a new one. All right, Jason Hyde, your leader. 116, Tanner English, driving the Randy Dreamweaver machine. If you've never met Randy Weaver, I'm telling you, class act man right there. I'm telling you.
Hey, Michael, I've been told to tell the drivers that have helmets, if you want to come to the wrecker at the crossover, they're going to open up the grandstand gate and cross over and let you do it, but you need to come do it right now. You need to grab your helmets. You need to run over there to the wrecker truck where Keith's at, and he will let you cross over and be able to go in the grandstands and make those donations. So you need to run. Grab your helmets, drivers, and go over there to the wrecker truck, and they will let you cross over and make the donations to give to the Merritt family. I already got a couple of people that have already done it.
All right, guys, let's go. Come on, please. All you hot shot drivers, even junior hot shots, let's go. Please, let's go.
So the National 100 is still in the early going here. We're one lap after halfway. Michael, we were talking a few moments ago about what happened between Jason Hyatt and I believe it was Casey Roberts, if I remember correctly. They come to the line, they took the white flag, they went off into turn 1. There was contact made, Michael. Casey Roberts ended up being the proverbial winner of that race, but Jason Hyatt went for a wild ride, flying through the air into the catch fence in turn 1.
Yes, he did. I will never forget that.
That was on the Friday night in 2017 of the National 100.
I was here.
Yes, sir. We're ready to come back for the restart. Here they come off of turn 4. Green flag goes back in the air. The Hitman on the gas representing Alabama. Back into the restart in the 1 and 2.
Jason Hyde, your leader down the back straightaway. Tanner English in the 116. Right behind him, Michael Page, your top 3. Joseph Brown to Columbus Flash. Trying to stay in front of Kenny Collins in the 1.
I don't know if the people on the broadcast just saw a moment ago, but that car came out of turn 4. It was a shower of sparks on the car number as they come down for the flyby shot. One of those cars hit the concrete, Michael. You saw sparks fly as they were under the flag stand. Look at the interval on the flyby as they exit off of turn 4. It is Jason Hyatt leading the way in car number 1. Second spot is the Stinger chassis of Michael Page. Now from one Michael to another Michael Patton. This is a 3-time winner of the Ice Bowl at Talladega. Trouble, contact! Oh, we got one going up in the air, flipping violently in turn number 1 and 2. Car number 71K okay. Jim Rogers flips violently through the air 20 feet or more and comes crashing down upside down on the dirt.
If you are not with track personnel, get off the track. Emergency personnel is on the way. If you're not with track officials, remove yourselves from the track.
Please, if you are not track or safety personnel, stay back. We've said that to you numerous times today. Please stay back. Let our fire and rescue trained professionals and officials tend to the driver. The driver is the 71K of Jim Rogers from Statesboro, Georgia. Driver is out of the car, and I'm understanding he's out of the car and he's okay, everybody. Driver is out of the car and okay, so that's a great sign. And to make an announcement that is, my goodness, Michael Pat, I don't even know if you caught that car flying through the air like it did. Came over the top end of the 82 of Russell Flynn and literally lifted him up like an airplane, flying through the air, tumbling down the high banks here at the Daytona of dirt, landing upside down. And good. The driver is okay. Race fans, again, round of applause. That driver is okay. And a true testament, Michael Patton, to the safety of these race cars, sir.
Yes, can I say one thing? I'm going to get on soapbox. That's exactly why I tell you people to stay back off that wall, because that car could have kept rolling and flipping right over that wall and hurt somebody really bad.
Yes, sir.
So please, I'm not going to be your mama or your daddy. I'm just telling you, please, to back away from that fence about 10 or 12 feet where you can have at least enough running room, because that happened right there in front of turn 2, right there on that wall where everybody was and everybody still is. So please make sure you stay off that fence area. That's the reason I warn you about that.
That's why we try to tell them a lot of times, Michael. We've seen some crazy wrecks here at numerous big events, not just even during the big shows like the State of the National, the Bama Bash, but also during the regular season. We try to tell you to back up your four-wheelers, back up your golf carts. Racing is fun. It is intense. It is exciting. But at any given moment, something can go wrong or chaotic, and you need to do everything in your due diligence to protect yourself as well. We're under red flag here. "30 laps in of 50. There's 20 laps remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed that after we get the 71 car of Jim Rogers on the hook after flipping upside down, we have drivers going through the shape. We call them the shape, like Michael Myers, the shape.
No, the shaft. He's like Shaft.
Who is the man that talks on the mic like nobody can?
Shaft?
Dwayne Keith, baby. Dwayne Keith, what's up, my friend? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you been,
come on.
boss?
I think they're going to show us on camera while we're under the red flag here, so we're going to cut the lights on here in just a moment as we're working on cleanup. But again, the red flag is being rescinded. Red flag's been rescinded here in a few moments, and we're working on cleanup here. And we'll got a whole bunch of other great races coming up here in just a moment as we go back under the red flag of the race here. We'll work on cleanup. Jim Rogers, again, the driver involved in that big wreck here. As, of course, we're back up here topside now, up in race control. Zoom in on him. There's Michael. Michael don't like to be on camera, though. Michael's the guy. He turns his face to the camera. So, hey, the voice of the Southern All-Stars and a very good friend and colleague of mine, Dwayne Keith. Dwayne, out of, Sonoa, Georgia, making the trip for the National 100. Talk about the racing we've seen so far today, and racing in January at that.
It's been pretty good racing so far. This is definitely still one of the best daytime rubbered-up surface you can have in the entire United States. Definitely thank East Alabama crew doing a fantastic job getting this track worked, put together, and holding up quite well so far in this deal.
And we've seen some great racing so far. Of course, you know, me and Michael were talking about the hitman Jason Hyatt and what happened between Casey Robertson. We got deja vu. Here he pops into the booth looking for the Undertaker, the shape of Dwayne Keith. You called that race when that chaos happened between Hyatt and Casey Roberts there in 2017, I think it was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Things just kind of went left, as that's no pun intended on that, how that wreck went down, and somebody got hurt, more on the feelings than physical, but It was definitely a wild one that night, and we're glad everybody came out okay in that ordeal.
I think it's obvious that we know the hitman very well from Oxford, Alabama, Jason Hyatt. He wants to win here at the National 100. It don't matter what the purse pays, whether it's $20,000 to win. Obviously, that would have been the great thing. $10,000 to win, $6,000 to win. The prestige of winning one of these crown jewels. And that's been the emphasis of everybody I've talked to, Dwayne Keith. Not the negative. It's not the social media ignorance, but the driver saying, well, you got to do what you got to do. You got to pay what you got to pay. I want to win the National 100. They want to win this race.
That's it, sir. It's 46 years of this event.
44th
annual. 46 years of the track being in existence. We got the best of all time on that list. You got Rodney Combs, you got Scott Blomqvist, you got
eight-time
Freddie
winner
Smith.
Scott Blomqvist.
You have those guys. Jody Ridley, all just names that sail through time,
yes,
eras,
sir.
all through there. And for this opportunity for these guys to come in and to win this deal, their names will be etched in one of the greatest races in history ever.
Well, again, Michael Patton taking a breather here. Is Michael, you got anything you want to say from behind the back of us, just talking to us?
No, I'm just enjoying the view.
He's just enjoying the view as the Supers.
How you doing, Craig?
The red flag will be rescinded here.
Georgia.
The red flag will be rescinded here in a few moments, and we'll go back up trackside and bring you back to the coverage on the racetrack. But, hey, real quickly, Southern All-Stars released their schedule just before the first of the year. 2019 is looking to be a pretty good one. Going to fire up at Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney.
Yes, sir. We're going to fire up for the March Madness, be the 19th annual March Madness in Gaffney, South Carolina. 12,000 to win. The best have already said they will be there. So you're going to kind of get you a Lucas Oil race on the regional level, and we are very excited for that. And also Just Dirt Productions, Southern Raceway, March 16th and 17th.
Yes.
Southern All-Stars Super Late Models in action. Live pay-per-view. When you like what you see, you're going to like what you got down there. The Southern Plantation, the hospitality, the best down there.
Tom and Kim Lowry were motorcycle racing last night.
We're finding that some of the best. Last year, brand new track record by the Super Late Models of 14.095 by G.R. Smith. Old Tom has already said he wants to see a 13-second lap. We're going to get that, and I got to give one more plug to Screven Motorsports Complex, the Winter Freeze coming up. Be sure there that we'll be in action. World of Outlaw Morton Builders.
Big shout out to
for this one, and we are so excited to see it happen.
James Red Griffin, and of course, all those details can be found at Southern All Stars at ScrevenMotorsports.com. As we go back to the on-track action here, Dwayne Keith, the voice of the Southern All Stars. Remember, the season cranks up, coming up in a few weeks. Michael Patton, and always great seeing Dwayne Keith here, and he called that race, Michael, when Jason Hyatt went flying through the air when he was battling Roberts.
He was here.
We're coming back for the restart now.
Somebody killed that light, but
off of 4, we're back to green. Back to green. They're in turns number 1 and 2 on the restart. Kenny Collins loose on the back straightaway. They go to turn number 3, Michael Patton. Out in front, Page to the lead. Here comes Stinger.
Joseph Brown trying to get around Michael Page that time, coming out of turn 3. Ball's back in line behind him. Jason Hyatt, still your leader.
My apologies.
Followed by Tanner English.
Yes, you're exactly right, Michael. My apologies. It was actually Michael Page that got around Joseph Brown, not the leader. It's still that car number 1 and Jason Hyatt out in front. Hyatt leading the way. Of course, the Outlaw by Weaver Longhorn in the number 2 spot of Tanner English from Benton, Kentucky. In the 3rd, Michael Page. and also Joseph Brown in car number 18. They'll come to the line. Another lap on the board. Contact up the racetrack. Goes Whitener. Whitener's going to deal now with those cars in the bottom, and they'll come to the stripe. Working now lap number 33. 33 of 50 in the National 100 of 2019. Cars all over the racetrack as they come off the corner. Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, Michael Page, Joseph Brown, Kenny Collins. We got race car drivers getting donations for the Merritt family, and they've stopped to enjoy the view from the press box. Looks kind of cool from up here, ain't it, fellas? To the line, laps wind down, 36 to the board. Oh, back straight away. Cars off the pace. It might be Mark Whitener pulling in. He will. The Magic Man's done. He's out of the National 100. No, I'm sorry, that's David Whitener. Whitener's car is pulled off. They are showing Mark Whitener in 6th. David Whitener in the icon by Barry Wright was the one that pulled off the Speedway. David Whitener is out. Magic Man still in it. And the laps wind down. 12 laps to go. The Hitman, Jason Hyatt, stays in the number 1 spot. Here he comes to the line. Jason Hyatt. Randy Weaver has got a young boy behind the wheel of that machine in Tanner English. Could he see an up-and-coming rising star happen with that young driver from Benton, Kentucky? He's already cut his teeth successfully on his own. Now hook it up with the Weaver Racing Team. In the number 2 spot, in 3rd, 3-time Ice Bowl champion in the Stinger chassis out of Douglasville, Georgia. Michael Page, the Flash, Joseph Brown. Kenny Collins, the real rapper with a good run in the top 5. And they come to the line, ladies and gentlemen. 10, make it now 9 laps to go. Michael coming to the shootout here. Jason Hyatt, it's his race to lose in the National 100. Under 10 laps to go.
I gotta have some pickle juice.
Hyatt exits off of turn number 4. Jason Hyatt across the line. Back to turn 1. Mosley's car up the racetrack, the lap car. Here comes Tanner English closing on the lap car. Mosley as well. He started this race on the outside front row. They come to the line. It'll be now 7 laps to go. 7 laps remaining. Mosley up the speedway again. Jason Hyatt leads the charge into turn number 3. Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, Michael Page. They are 1, 2, and 3.
And Jason Hyatt hang on for his first National 100 victory here at East Alabama Motor Speedway, the playground of power.
Laps winding down, ticking away to the finish of this one.
Tanner English, they're catching up with some lap cars, and Tanner English is right on his bumper.
Up the racetrack goes Mosley. Mosley off the pace out of 2.
Yeah, it's going to be close right here.
Yes, sir. 4 to go. 4 to go. Here comes Tanner English. Reeling in on Hyatt. Car off the pace, and David McCoy. Battle for the lead. Heating up in the late rally. It's come down to these 2 cats and dogs. Mice and men. Here we go. Into 3. Hyatt. English. English on the outside. Hyatt looks. The caution's out.
Okay.
The caution flag is out. Problems on the speedway for car number 17 of David McCoy. Shootout is coming up. I think my buddy Michael Patton's losing his voice. He said he had to drink some pickle juice here to try to gain it back again. Michael is literally drinking pickle juice in the press box. But it's good though, right? Caution coming out. A 3-lap shootout. Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, Michael Page. Was Jason Hyatt saved by the caution flag, or is he under attack on this restart to lose the lead with a shootout. Because here's one thing to think about. Even though the track is sealed off and it's really blackened out, it's slick, it's also cooling off these tires. So the question is, it will be a single file restart. Who will get the jump? We'll have post-race interviews with Michael Patton on Just Dirt Productions and CRN, as well as with DirtOnDirt.com. He'll be down there with the lovely Miss Dirt Track, Jennifer Carroll Graham. Michael, you better find that pretty checkered flag lady. Well, she'll be down in Victory Lane, a part of the post-race ceremonies. And then, of course, when the top 3 interviews are done for the super late models, we'll bring it back up here topside and we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned for details on the 2019 schedule for not only the East Alabama Motor Speedway, but also the National Late Model Supercar Series. And remember also, follow us at JustDirtVideo.com and, of course, Just Dirt Productions on Facebook. And I've convinced also Dan Costello, he needs Twitter, he needs Snapchat, he's got Instagram. I think we learned a lot of stuff here today in the last 12 hours. Been a fun pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for stepping up and being here in Dirt on Dirt's absence. And again, no hard feelings to Michael Rigsby or anybody at Dirt on Dirt. I know they'll be back in 2019 for the National 100, but look at that beautiful sight. I got 4 words for you. Wish you were here. Because if you thought it was too darn cold, if you thought that it was not going to be a fun time, you've missed out on what the other 187 entries and the fans that came out in the pits and grandstands have witnessed. And thank you, God, for blessing us with great weather. 3 laps to go in the National 100. Sure, it's condensed. It went from 20,000 to win to 10 grand to win to 6 grand to win now. But the prestige to win this event, these are what these drivers are looking at. To the line, 2 to go. Both horns are up, and my buddy Dwayne Keith, as you heard a few moments ago, says. Back straightaway, Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, coming to the line out of turn 4. 1 lap to go. 1 lap remaining. Back straightaway, they go into 1 and 2. Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, 3 car lengths back. He's losing it. Ladies and gentlemen, sweet home Alabama in Phoenix City, the hitman Jason Hyatt finally wins himself a National 100. Jason Hyatt wins. Tanner English will go second in the 116. Michael Page, 3-time Ice Bowl winner, will go third in 18. Joseph Brown and Kenny Collins will lock up a top 5. Mark Whitener, after being called in the wreck in the early going, will come back and finish 6th, followed by Dusty Jones, 7th. 8th spot will go to Dana Island. 9th to Dalton Cook, and 10th will go to Christian Hanger, the cliffhanger out of Winchester, Tennessee. He's got to go to the scales to make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, snake bit back at the National 100 of 2017 after contact with 2016 with Casey Roberts fighting for the lead the last time he was here, flipping through the air, going for a win. Tonight, he wins here in the 44th running of the National 100. Jason Hyatt, Tanner English, Michael Page, Jennifer's Dirt Track Life, Carol Graham, dressed up like a big checkered flag beauty, is going to be down trackside with Michael Page. And, of course, also the drivers of Mr. Michael Page, Tanner English, and the winner, Jason Hyatt, with my good friend and colleague, Michael Patton. And Michael will also be handling the interviews with Dirt on Dirt. So we'll be waiting for also Richard Flipper Ford to make his way down there. Ladies and gentlemen, that will commence. There she is, that beautiful lady, Miss Dirt Track Life. As she always says, hi, racing buddies. Hey, Jennifer, you look beautiful, dear. She got them new checkered flag shoes. Have you zoomed in on those? Look at those checkered flag shoes. Oh, look at her walking through the mud. She don't want to get her shoes dirty. She looks like me. A fun time when it's all said and done. Jason Hyatt getting the big win. Let's go down trackside to victory lane. Michael Patton is with the winner of the Hitman, Jason Hyatt. and post-race interviews here. Let's go down trackside again to Michael Patton. Michael, when you're ready, my friend.
Roberts a while back, and
there you go. Let's try it now, Michael Patton. Let's go down to victory lane with the National 100 winner.
All right, thank you. Jason, you had Casey Roberts in a race back here in the National back in 2017. Stole the race from you, but right here you're in victory lane. How's it feel?
Man, it feels great to get a win in this Newberry ride, but you know, we started struggling there at the end, and I don't know if we lost a tire or I had something in the brakes grabbing or something, but luckily I caught.
Well, it was just a good race for you. And you was on the front. You was hit man. You was gone. Just
use the blade that looks like a straight kind of blade. It's sharper.
Is there any sponsor you want to thank or anything?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Phillips Properties, NSC Mechanical, Jack
like
Green Oil.
my damn finger off with that knife.
My dad, you know, he pretty much does everything on the car. They're my two crew guys there, but you know, it takes all those guys to do this, and I'm just the steering wheel holder, so appreciate each and every one.
Give it up for you, 2018 National 100, Jason Hyde, the hitman.
With my whole 60 miles into my morning. I'm not going to make that whole lot of money.
Michael, go ahead, buddy. We got you back.
Well, let me sure. Tanner English, brand new car, looking good out there. And well, we got.
We lost him again.
It killed me right there. And we had to roll. I had it on there. Was that, you know, the car was good, but we could have done a few things better. So it's first time out. I'm really pleased for sure.
And the track was in good shape and fast. And you got any sponsors you want to thank for bringing you here?
Oh, first of all, I got to thank Randy Weaver and Chip Stone for the opportunity. I mean, this is a dream come true. Can't wait to see what we can do, and just it's going to be a great year. I think we got a lot of good things coming up, so we're excited. I got to thank Tommy Pope, Penske, just everybody on the car. I got to learn the sponsors. Outlaw Southeast. Let's see, VP, just everybody that helps out. I'm going to have to take notes next time. So I appreciate everybody. I'm sorry if I forgot anybody, but I really enjoyed the racetrack. I appreciate all the fans and the hospitality. It's been a good weekend.
We hope to see you back. Michael Page. Can you hear me over now? Michael Page over right here. A few weeks. Well,
I just survived. I was lucky enough. I didn't think I was going to have a tire. Burn.
well, we appreciate you, Kevin. I watched you in Cochran, and I watched you at other places. And one heck of a driver. I watched you at Rome and Dixie, and I tell you what, I've never seen a driver like you before. And you're a great driver. You got a lot of future ahead of you. And is there any sponsor you want to thank?
Troy Baird for all his equipment and his help and support, and my mom and dad and all my friends and family that comes with us, and just want to thank everybody. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Michael Page, your third place finisher in the 2018 National 100. Send it back over to Wesley.
Hey, thank you very much. We're getting ready to wrap things up here in just a few moments. As again, those drivers will, of course, go through the inspection here in just a few moments of what we're doing here. Awesome weekend of racing wrapped up here now, just after 7:30. Wow. This time, a couple of years ago, the National 100 was finishing up around 2 a.m. I was on the road by 4 a.m. heading back. So, phenomenal work by so many great people. And again, whatever the negativists want to say, whatever people want to say in the rumor mill, I still think that definitely this was a phenomenal and a exciting 44th running of the National 100. Almost 190 cars, great racing throughout the field, and finally a man out of Oxford, Alabama, picking up the win. As you see some more of the post-race celebration that is going on in Victory Lane, all the great things that are happening, of course, with the driver of the car, number 1 out of Oxford, Alabama. He finally gets himself one, the National 100. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our race coverage. Recapping the top 5 finishers. A great race on that last restart with 3 laps to go between Jason Hyatt. And look at the outstanding career that's looking to come for this young star that I've known for many years on the Battle of the Bluegrass for the Ultimate Series, now known as the Heart of America. And, of course, all the other great big events he's ran in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky, of young man out of Benton, Kentucky, in Tanner English, hooking up with Randy Weaver and company. He got himself a nice shot at the win. He settles up with a bridesmaid spot. And then, of course, he prepares for Speed Weeks. 3-time Ice Bowl winner, Michael Page. He had a shot to pull something out and came up just a little bit short, settling for 3rd. And I got to give marquee notable runs, too, to, of course, the flash of Joseph Brown from down here in Columbus, Georgia. He calls this place home. And then, of course, how about my buddy, the real rapper, Kenny Collins, with a great race in the crates, 3rd place in that, and a top 5 finish here for the National 100. We thank you so much for joining us for our racing coverage since 12 noon this afternoon. As always, remember to follow us at Just Dirt Productions on Facebook. Give us a like, a follow. Know when we're going live. Everything from sprint cars, midgets, late models, motorcycles, and more can be found at JustDirtVideos.com. JustDirtVideos.com. The voices you heard in our broadcast, of course, for Michael Patton. Thank you to all the great video camera work by John and Red Amons, John and Red Moses, and of course also to, of course, Mr. Richard Ford doing Dirt on Dirt as well as Just Dirt Video. And then, of course, again, thank you to executive producer Dan Costello. For Billy Thomas and everybody here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway, I'm Wesley Outland. Good night, God bless, and thank you for joining us for Just Dirt Productions' 44th running of the National 100.